Turn it up in my ear. That's loud in my ear. Turn it up.
Turn it down.
Oh.
Turn it up.
Turn it up in my ear. Turn it up in my ear. Motherfucker, turn it up in my ear.
It's almost a new year. Turn it up. Welcome to the Jenna and Julien Podcast.
Wait, if you're like gonna whisper, then turn yours down.
No, I was just afraid because I came onto the mic super hot.
You came in so hot.
Came in hot.
You
remember that game we used to play?
What game?
We used to play this airplane game. It was like an airplane simulator on our iPhone.
Yeah.
And it was
correction. You used to play that game.
I used to play it, and it was like super like realistic in some parts, and then really shitty graphics
all
in
it
other
would do
parts.
is crash, and it gave me mass amounts of anxiety.
Well, because like you have to do everything perfect to land, because you just fly from island to island, and every time I was coming in, landing on the island, I would go over to Jenna and be like, Jenna, I'm coming in hot, and then I would just completely wreck the plane on the runway. Too hot?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's like super loud in my ear.
Sorry. But that was a really fun game.
Yeah, I couldn't play that at all because I could never.
It's so stressful. It's the epitome of stress.
Turn it up a little more. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I would just fucking crash and burn every time until I figured out like you could pull back on the throttle.
Even like, then though, like
why am I just crashing, Julien?
Well, like even when you pull back on the throttle, you just go and you like lift back off sort of, and then you fall down, and the slightest mistake will make you crash. I forget what it was called.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was like, Julien, what are you doing? Because I would hear this like awful like.
It's just like the airplane sound.
For like a half an hour.
Well, because
like, Julien, what are you doing? And he's like, it's just so relaxing to play this game where you're just like flying. Julien's sick, by the way. Or you're like flying this plane, and I'm like, why is that relaxing? That looks awful. And then like I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And like I didn't realize that you could not go a million fucking miles an hour. I'm like, Julien, this game's is terrifying. All I'm doing is just crashing at a like 90-degree angle to the ground. Like this is awful.
It was amazing.
He's like, well, stop going so fast. I didn't realize that was a thing you could do.
Well, because the thing about this game is like it really didn't cut out any of the nonsense. Like if you're flying 3 miles or 4 miles or 15 miles, it would take that much time as it would in real life. So you're just like, and it doesn't speed anything up.
So fucking boring. You don't even have to do anything once you're you just coast.
I found solace in it.
It was awful.
Well, I deleted it because it took up like a fucking gig, and I don't have fucking time for that. It takes up so much space.
Julien has a sickie. He's allergic to Oregon.
Well, maybe. We came back from Oregon and I got pretty sick.
He was like wheezing.
Yeah, I was wheezing today, so I had to get like a breathing treatment, the nebulizer, which made me really shaky.
I've had it before.
The drugs and that do that.
I used to have sports-induced asthma when I was younger.
You know, I did too. When I was a kid, I had asthma. I would carry around the inhaler that I got at the doctor's today. And then just, in high school, I just stopped having it.
Yeah.
So it was super weird to have it again, just like right at once.
You're allergic to Oregon. That's your deal.
I think so. Yeah, maybe. We came into San Francisco and I was like, boom, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hit me at once, really weird. But I'm like on the upswing of it, so I should be all good by tomorrow. Got some steroids to take for my wheezing.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Oh my God. Good steroids.
Thanks. Good steroids. We went to Oregon to visit Jenna's brother and her baby niece, and that was really nice.
It was so nice.
It was nice.
I fed my niece her bottle and read her a story. She's like 9 months old, and it was like one of the most special things I think I've ever done in my entire life, because she looks just like Devin and Zoe.
She looks just like Devin.
And it's just so adorable. She can't really talk yet. She can try and stand up, but she can't walk. She can just sort of crawl around. But she knows, like, she does this little hand motion that they're trying to teach her for, like, water or, like, drink or milk. They're trying to teach her, like, little baby sign language, which I guess is a real thing. I thought that was made up for a while, but it's totally not. It's totally real. And they were saying she just does this thing where she, like, for those of you that are listening and can't see what I'm doing right now, she basically just takes her hand and, like, has it in, like, a semi-fist, but then just stretches her fingers out, like, 800 fucking times in a row. That's basically, like, gimme, 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 gimme. And they're like, what does that mean? And my brother and his wife are both just like, well, it's supposed to mean milk, but it just means, like, anything. Like, give it to me.
Yeah.
But the way that you can communicate with her is incredible. Do you know what I mean? Like, all she can do is cry or laugh or, like, you know, stare around.
It did blow me away the way that. Yeah. I mean, I this might sound stupid, but I didn't even know she could laugh yet. And like you were making her laugh, and it was like, holy crap, that's crazy.
I was taking my sleeve and giving her elephant kisses, which
oh my
she
god,
thought
that was the most adorable
hysterical
thing. That was the most adorable thing on the planet.
Me and babies, man, we get along. We're like at the same level of maturity.
I'm jealous, dude. That's really cool.
Me and kids in general.
Well, you really have a way with her. It was super cute.
Yeah, I mean, like, once you're holding... there's no babies in my family. No one's ever had a baby. I don't have any, like, real cousins that were younger than me. And I'm still waiting, Mom, for my baby brother or sister that I've been asking for since forever. I don't care that you're in your 60s, all right? Make it happen.
Get legs,
God. Mom. But, she's really the first baby that we've had in our family, and so it's very magical. And I held her and fed her a bottle and read her a story, and like she can pick which book she wants to be read.
I know, it's wild.
She has favorites, and she's only 9 months old.
So cute. And
she's like, she has favorite things, and she's just.
We were building her blocks. And she would just wait till it gets really hot, and then she would just knock it over.
Yeah, she wants you to set up her blocks for her, like put them on top of each other, just so she can knock it down with her hands. Magical. It's just amazing how much of the rest of the world doesn't matter when you have like a little baby that just wants to hang out with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, ow, my heart hurts from love. But anyways, yeah, Julien got sick.
Yep, I got sick.
We're back from Oregon in Christmas. And we wanted to do one final podcast of 2014.
The last podcast of this year.
Ew, I'm sad.
We've been going a good while. I'm proud of us.
Let's talk about our New Year's resolutions. By the way, okay, can I sidetrack for a second?
Yeah.
So I think it's sort of a joke amongst everyone ever that your, New Year's resolution goes away after a little bit.
Yeah.
I do, however, know a person that without fail always keeps their
New Year's resolution. Can I guess who it is?
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
Yes, I knew it.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a tangent right now. But Jill is my friend from college. And we played softball together. We lived together. She is the person that everyone loves. Like, everyone loves. I've never met a person that didn't like Jill. And it's not because she tries to have people like her. She's just a genuine, good-hearted person. She loves fun. She's non-judgmental. Like, I don't think I've ever really heard her say anything bad about anyone else. But if you wanted to sit there and vent at her, like, she'd be like, yeah, man, like, yeah, sure. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. But even if she ever said something that was, like, mildly bad about anyone else, it would always be in such a hysterical way that you don't even know if she's serious.
She is so funny.
She's deeply religious. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
There were many times in spring training that she would, before a doubleheader in our 10th game of 6 days, would wake up early to go to church. But, you'd think that might cause some conflict between Jill and some people. No, she just loves and respects every culture and religion ever.
That's pretty crazy.
And I think it's really important as a person to have peers that you admire and idolize.
Absolutely.
Jill, I think for almost everyone that I know that has ever met her and has ever known her, is that person. And Jill is the only person I've ever known that has kept their New Year's resolutions along with what she gives up for Lent is so hardcore. Like, we saw her in November.
Yeah.
And mind you, Jill only ever drinks like either wine or hard alcohol. And the place we were at, I think, only served wine or beers or something.
Yeah.
But I think I asked her something like, do you want me to get you like a vodka Sprite or something? Even though I didn't know they didn't have it. And she was like, no, I gave up soda for New Year's. It's my New Year's resolution. I'm like, it's fucking November. She's like, yeah, I know, I almost made it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't hear that?
No, I did. I remember because you said that as we were walking back. It might not have been
soda, but it might have just, it was something.
Like Red Bull? I don't know, something like serious.
Tangible.
Like, yeah.
But it was November.
It was our trip to New York.
It was like, it just threw me for such a loop because I hadn't seen Jill in a long time. And I forgot that she's literally the only person that I know that could just ever throw that casually into a conversation at the end of the year. Like, oh, no, I can't. It was my New Year's resolution. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? People stop talking about their resolutions by February.
When the gym dies down.
Yeah, but one year she gave up McDonald's, which I could never possibly describe to you how much Jill loves McDonald's. Just plain hamburgers and M&M McFlurries.
M&M McFlurries, she knows what she's talking about. That shit is the bomb.
And she gave it up for Lent one year, and the second she, New Year's one Lent was over.
Oh, Lent. Oh, okay.
We, had to make a beeline to McDonald's, and she, almost died.
Yeah. That's so cool, though. I love that.
That's
something
Jill.
really cool about someone who does that.
That's Jill in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Except way more fun and awesome.
Jill is amazing. I mean, when your friends came over, that year ago for your surprise party, and I mean, she was cracking me up the entire time.
Yeah, that's what she is.
She just crushes it. She's so hilarious. I mean, I don't keep my resolutions so much as I don't really make serious ones.
Yeah, I don't really make serious ones either. I think last year, the year before, my resolution was to make sure that my dogs did something fun for dogs every day, which I, after a few months chalked up to just oh, you guys can go run in the yard. Or I'll throw your toy for you.
Yeah.
At first it started out as make sure they get a really nice walk, or get to go to the dog park or go for a hike or something. But it really, a lot of days we're gone or not here,
life happens.
Out of town. Yeah, life happens. So I think that's what happens for most people with their resolutions. It's it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
In theory, but in practice is kind of a mess.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because and a lot of resolutions that people make and that are easy to make, I want to get fit or I want to stay fit or whatever, they're very broad. So in January,
it's not a specific goal.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you just want to be I want to get in the best shape of my life. In January, the best shape in your life looks different than it does in August. In August, you're saying, well, I'm in pretty good shape. I'm pretty much in the best shape of my life. This will do. You know what I mean? You start to
well, because that's
excuses.
Okay. When you make a broad goal, you're just immediately setting yourself up for failure because it's not a tangible goal. If you said by the end of 2015, I want to lose, good God,
or I want to weigh a certain amount.
I want to lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a tangible goal, but a lot of people don't know how to effectively set goals that they can reach.
You're right. No, you're right.
You're
right. It's common. Yeah, for sure.
But something tangible I want to give up soda and then keeping that until November is ridiculous.
Crazy. That's fucking wild. Do you have any that you've been thinking about?
Well, I had something that I wanted to do, but most people I think would find it silly.
I don't think so. Let's hear it.
I want to dry brush my body every day.
With that dry brush, the long one?
Yeah.
All right, well, if you're tired one night and you didn't dry brush that day, I'm going to yell at you and be you got to dry brush.
Bitch, get that brush.
Or I'll just dry brush you while you're sleeping.
Okay, but only if you
Feels
do it for
good.
Only if you do it for my legs up in a circular motion. Okay.
If you're asleep, you don't know what circular motion is. I'm just going to be scratching you with the bristles.
But for those of you that don't know, dry brushing is really bomb. And I did a lot of reading on it before I got a brush. And I love it. But it is hard to do something every single day. Honestly, I get, tired sometimes at night. It used to be hard for me sometimes to just do simple things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many things that you have to keep up with where you're all right, I'm fucking exhausted. Sometimes I go to bed at 7 or 8 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
And I'm all right, what can I afford to do right now? Take my makeup off. Take my contacts out. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Am I going to stand there and brush my hair fucking 100 times? No. Am I going to stand there and floss every single one of my teeth? Fucking no. I got to go to bed, man.
Yeah.
Sleep is important.
Yeah. Absolutely it is.
But when sometimes it is daunting, I think being a girl, just knowing the amount of maintenance that you fucking have, I'm fuck, man.
Yep.
Fuck that shit.
Yep.
But I do. I want to make
every single
dry
day,
brushing.
or
fucking dry brush
every weekday.
Okay, every weekday.
Okay, I think that's a better goal. I like that one.
Because Sundays, we all know I'm not getting out of my motherfucking pajamas unless I have to.
Yeah, the weekends you might need off from dry brushing, just out of sheer time conservation.
It's so good for you though, and for any of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's like you basically take a natural bristled brush and you like either do long strokes or circular upward motions on your skin, dry with nothing. Yeah. But it's really exfoliating and it drains your lymph nodes and it has like a lot of health benefits.
And it feels fucking good.
And your skin looks bomb.
Yeah. Banging. I like it. Can I do yours on weekends?
No, you can.
You're not going to be using them on weekends.
You can get your own dry brush.
All right, I'm in the market for a dry brush.
You gonna
get me a dry brush?
Weekdays I will dry brush my body.
Weekdays. I like that. Oh, hello.
Saturdays and Sundays are bonuses.
Okay.
Saturdays.
What if you miss a Monday?
Sundays I'm like, bye.
What if you go 5 days in a row, right? And then it's Sunday and you're like, Tuesday's really busy coming up. I want to dry brush on Sunday so I can take Tuesday off.
No, see, you can't do that. You can't barter with yourself. That's how you fail.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's exactly right.
You know what I mean?
That was a test and you passed.
You cannot make deals with yourself because we all know how that ends up.
No, you're right.
I'm only going to eat 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese this week.
Tonight.
Okay, this hour.
No, you're right.
Dinner.
You're absolutely right. Thank you for calling me on that because that's so true. It's really true.
That's if you're debating making a deal with yourself, that's how you know you're going down the path of like I'm not gonna stick to this.
It's the beginning of failing. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, no bartering.
Yep.
Just shut up and do it. Just dry brush your fucking body. It literally takes 30 seconds. So yeah. I'm gonna try, and I anticipate that I will not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely goal.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any harm to me not doing it. This is not a life-threatening thing for me to not dry brush my body every day.
Well, if it makes you feel good and it makes your skin feel better, I mean, it's a great goal. I love that.
Thanks, Julian.
I don't think it's weird at all.
Thank you, Julian, for not judging me.
Can I watch you dry brush?
Poor me.
Sorry.
What's your New Year's resolution?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm not sure if this is kind of crazy, but...
Wait, can I correct myself? I think I said lymph nodes. I think I meant to say lymphatic system.
Yeah.
Anyways,
lymph nodes. All right. She chooses the 1 hour in the entire week that we podcast
naughty
to be the most exploring, naughty little dog. All right, excuse her. Well, it's to do with Olympic weightlifting, and there's specific numbers.
All right, give them to us.
So let me just should I just say my numbers now so it gives you a little context? Okay, so there's clean and jerk and there's snatch. My PR, my personal record in clean and jerk is 125 kilos.
Which is how many pounds?
Which is 275 pounds. That's the most I've cleaned and jerked. I've cleaned 140 kilos, right, which is 308 pounds. I just can't jerk that yet. Jerking is putting it over your head. And snatch, I've snatched about 90 kilos, which is roughly 200 pounds. It's like 198 pounds. So with the way I've been progressing in this new gym and this new team and stuff, I'm nowhere near it right now, but I think that I could clean and jerk 150 kilos by the end of the year, which is 330 pounds, which is roughly 30 more pounds than I can jerk right now.
You can do it.
So as much as I think like...
There you go. It's a tangible goal.
It's a tangible goal.
Yeah.
And like I've thought about this number for a while because 150 is like, it's a pretty paramount number. It's like, okay, 150. It's pretty right there. And I feel like I've cleaned close to like, a little over, I've cleaned like 135, I think, multiple times, like for a double or something, which is good. And I think as I like get more strength and I get my technique down, it'll become pretty good. The jerk is what is going to be the hardest part of that.
You can do it.
Thank you. That's what my New Year's resolution for.
I think that you can absolutely jerk that much weight as long as you learn to rest your shoulders sometimes.
I think that's true.
Julian sometimes gets so excited about lifting the heavy things that I think that you underestimate the value of rest.
You're right. I come home and I'm just like, I'm all over the place with it. You're right. No,
Yeah,
that's
but maybe
true.
taking like a day off of not doing overhead stuff, like you're pretty good about that for the most part.
Yeah.
But what I see happening is sometimes you do too much overhead stuff and then your shoulder's sore and then you have to take a week off.
Yeah, and then I'm back to square one.
Yeah.
I barely made progress.
So I think in order to reach your goal that you need to be patient with yourself and understand that it's a marathon and not a
you're
sprint.
right. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Life coach shit right there. That's for real though.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious. Like, you get caught up in it too. Like, especially in the atmosphere where there's a team and you all see people working together, and you're like, oh, I'm bigger than that guy. Like, I can. But you really just got to keep your mind right. Yeah, keep patience and keep the long-term goals in the forefront of your brain.
Patience is probably one of the most difficult things in life to master.
Absolutely.
It is very hard.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
If ever you forget how difficult patience is, just try and feed your dog a treat while they sit or stay. It reminds you instantly. Get a dog? And they're just like, you see like Kermit or Peach just start to like shiver because they're so excited just for a little treat. That's how difficult patience is.
Yeah.
You know?
That should be my New Year's resolution, to get more patient.
Think about how excited, Julian, you'd have to be in order to shiver everywhere.
Well, their minds are so focused on one thing. It's like there's no external anything. It's
but
just
that's what treat. It does. It's taking every ounce of their being to be patient.
Yeah, you're right.
Because dogs are wonderful because they live in the moment, which I think everyone should live their life more like.
More like dogs.
More in the moment, more everything.
Yep. Absolutely.
But it is very, very difficult to be patient.
We should live more like dogs.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's so honest and loving and amazing to be with a dog, because you know they're not anywhere but with you.
Absolutely.
They just stare at you. They love you. They're simple.
Yeah.
All they want is just
It's really fun to think about that comparison. Like, try to live more like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It really can be applied, though. It sounds a little far-fetched, but it can be applied.
No, because they live in the moment.
They do. It's really as simple as that.
Moment to moment.
Yeah. They appreciate what's there, and they live it.
On the contrary, you can live unlike dogs and be patient with your shoulder.
And not lick your asshole.
And not lick your asshole.
That's how you should not live like dogs.
Don't eat things that will require surgery later.
Yes, don't eat things that will require surgery later.
Don't eat like weird socks and stuff.
Or condoms off the street.
Oh, God. I've heard of a lot of people's dogs having to get like condoms and stuff out of their little bellies. You can't eat that, little baby.
Imagine how fucked up you'd feel if you like left your condom.
Julian!
Sorry. Too far. Rome. Happy birthday. Rome. Too far though.
Happy birthday, Rome. Too far. Everybody wishes Rome a happy birthday.
Oh my God. Do you have any other resolutions that you've been thinking of?
No, that's it. I just want to. I make one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Because if you dilute it, then it's just like.
Well, yeah. If you start going into your like mind bank of everything that you'd like to be as a human being, you fail miserably because you're overwhelmed.
Well, and then also like if you drop one, you're like, it's okay, I got this one. Which is like, why did you even have that first one in the first place?
You pick one and then you try and stick to it for as long as you can. And it's just a judgment between you and yourself. So if you fail, no one's really going to be mad at you, but everyone kind of knows that we all fail a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless you're Jill and you're a saint, in which case you keep it until November. She's probably waiting till New Year's to fucking drink a soda or whatever the fuck she gave up.
Well, yeah. It's crazy.
She'll just crack one open at 12:01 and be like
it's nothing.
Guys, I did it again, like I do every year.
That's a seriously cool quality, though, in a person, for sure.
That's why Jill's Jill.
For sure. Also happening this week is a fight that we've been waiting for.
Yes.
We talked about John Jones versus Daniel Cormier a long time ago on a podcast. We dedicated like a whole podcast to it because of all the lead up to it. But then the fight got
so mad at me because I was like, okay.
It was super hypothetical. You should watch. I'll link that podcast in the description of this podcast. But,
you're so mad at me.
Well, it's just okay. So first of all, we were talking about that fight because of the lead up to it was so intense. Like they were exchanging words, and then even. There was like a fight at the press conference and it was just wild. But then they got Daniel Cormier got injured, I think, and the fight got pushed back all the way to New Year's. So it's happening on Saturday now, which is a good four months after we first talked about it. But we are no less excited.
I'm dying
to see it. It's going to be a great fight. So all right, so if you were to just like describe the fight, if it's Sunday right now and this person is just like, oh, hey, I missed the fight. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Oh, you know I'm not good at this. I hate this. Julian's always like, all right, what do you got? And I'm like, what do you mean what? You mean who? And he's like, no, how, like who and
how's it
what
gonna go
and
down?
Where and when.
How's it going to go down?
Like, Julian, no, I'm not good at that shit, all right? Like, I have a general knowledge of MMA and the UFC. I don't have quite the bank of knowledge to draw from to create a hypothetical fight scenario.
No, fair enough.
I do think that John Jones is going to win.
Okay.
I don't know what round. I don't know how. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Right.
But I think it's worth noting. I don't think I've ever talked about this in a podcast or a video or anything. My method of picking who wins.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Wait, all right, yeah, talk about that.
So I don't know how this started, but
it's freakishly accurate. Like, it blows my mind still.
It's beyond, I don't even know how it happened. I don't know how it started. I don't know how it works. But all I know is that it's beyond probability at this point.
Yes.
Like, it can't just be chance.
No. There's something further.
So the way that I decide who wins, regardless, unless it's like a super, like if GSP is fighting, I'm like, I can't pick. It's GSP's, I want him to win. I can't, I don't care. I just want.
Yeah.
But every other fight ever, you know, Julian's always got his pick and he's like, oh, so-and-so is going to crush this person. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not watching any of the beginning. I don't want to know what their last fight was like, even though I fucking watched it. Like, I just don't want to see anything.
Yeah.
And then they play the little card that has their heights, their reach, their weight.
The tail of the tape.
Yeah.
And it goes,
and it has their picture. It has to be that one. It has to be that one.
Well, there's two. There's an initial one before they show the walkouts. And then right when they're in the ring. Yeah.
It's not that one.
It's not that one.
Not that one.
That's
okay, that is the bullshit one.
That was a good impression of it.
Thanks.
It's right when they're in the ring. Bruce is getting his shit ready.
Right.
And it goes, ha, 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 and it shows their height, weight, record, reach,
age.
and now leg reach and age.
Oh, leg reach.
I think,
what?
Oh no, that's going to be that's going to be added in 2015, I believe. Ooh, they're adding leg reach.
Finally.
Because you fucking should. Right? Kicks matter, babe. All right.
Yeah, so they play that music over their pictures with all those stats. And I just look into their eyes. I'm not joking.
You have to tell me.
I know. I look into their eyes, regardless of who they are, and I just figure out who has the dub in their eye. Like, who has the win in their eye.
For those of you who might have missed that, she said, who has the what?
The win. The dub.
The dub in their eye.
Yeah, it's
because they're looking at the camera. They're like this, most likely, or they're like this, but they're looking at the camera. So Jenna looks into their eyes and just looks past their eye and reads into who has a dub in their eye. And she picks that person. And they fucking win.
Yeah,
like
it's ridiculous.
99% of the time.
I've had a couple of nights where I've had perfect picks.
Perfect nights. And And
Julian will have all these upsets like, oh my, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because I'll like know someone and I'll be like, oh, this guy's gonna, he's got this fight in the bag. And Jen will be like, no, the other guy's got the dub. And I'm like, okay, Jenna, dub, whatever. And then they win. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. But, okay, hold on. The last card that we watched, Pettis, the Pettis and the Lawler card. That was the first time in I think maybe like a year and a half where I had tweeted out all 5 of my main card picks and got them all right.
Yeah.
Yet I'm pretty sure you've done that probably like 10 times in the last year.
No, because I don't have that talent. I can't just say who I think's gonna win, because if I were to pick, they'd all be fucking backwards and wrong.
Yeah.
I need to do it in real time as they show me the ha 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 ha. I don't know until that very moment who's gonna win. And sometimes I'm wrong. Remember, we've watched the fight though where I was like, I don't know, like this has happened a couple times where I'm like, I don't know, they both have a fucking dub in their eye. The most notable of which, I can't remember what fucking happened. I think it happened during the Silva Weidman fight when Silva got his fucking leg snapped in half. But there was another one where it was like a complete controversy. Like everything was super fucked up. Like somebody won and then somebody knocked each other out.
Was it when Yoel Romero got off the stool too late against Tim Kennedy? And then he knocked Tim Kennedy out?
Something exactly like that. Where
I
was like, I'll freak out and I'll be like, I don't know. They both have a fucking dub in their eye. I don't know. Yeah. And then something very controversial happened.
I think it was that one.
It's happened a couple times.
It's crazy. Fucking crazy. She's got a gift. It's a gift. You got a gift.
I can read dubs.
You can read dubs. And it's only that one thing. That one tail of the tape screen, which lasts maybe like 7 seconds.
I don't know. I've tried to do it from the other one too.
The other ones don't work. Because they're like forced.
Way off. And I'm like, wait, whoa. Nobody has a dub anywhere. Like there's no dub to be found.
Damn, that's so crazy.
Sometimes it's not right though. But for the most part, it is beyond probability. It's beyond chance. It's like ridiculous, and it's not by the odds whatsoever. It's just totally all dub in the eye. It's crazy. Fuck. Well, someday we'll have to like live do it, so you can see my picks as the music goes.
Well, we the only way we would be able to do that is if we could like live stream it.
No, we could just record it.
Well, because we could have the whole fight recorded if we record. Oh, that's true. You're right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then post it after so you could see who I picked and why. Yeah.
For sure.
It's pretty silly.
It's fucking cool though. If you care, I mean, about fights and stuff like that. Do you want to know how I think it's going to go down?
Yes.
Okay. So Daniel Cormier is he doesn't look
good noises, Peach.
Quiet, sir. He doesn't really look like the typical athlete, but he does have a hell of a wrestling game. Like, yeah. All right, get out of here.
Peachy, you lost your daddy shirt privileges.
Get out. Go. Anyway, he's a good wrestler. Like, as much as I think he's not going to win this fight, which I don't think he's going to win, he's a good wrestler. So I see him taking Jones down by pushing him up against the cage and pulling a leg or, some sort of trip or maybe a slam, some sort of thing. He'll get Jones down maybe 2-3 times throughout the whole fight. The fight is not going to go the distance. Jones is going to submit Cormier in the 4th round. And it's going to happen when Jones is being brought up against the fence, because Cormier's only good game plan is to push Jones on his heels, keep him up against the fence, and just beat him up. Use that, use his head as a, as pushing,
weird head.
Yeah, head pressure like wrestlers do, and just take him down, beat him up.
That.
Well, it's boring, but it's his best game plan. It's his best shot at winning. Jones is going to land a couple of those, when a guy's going for a takedown against the fence and they throw those like side elbows. Yeah. He's going to land a couple of those, to which Cormier is going to react improperly to, and Jones is going to lock up the guillotine, and then he's going to switch him around against the fence, and he's going to finish him like he did Machida. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yes. That was a heartbreaking fight. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I think that's a really good guess.
I hope that's what happens. And I think it's worth noting.
It's very feasible.
Yeah. And I think it's worth noting that this is the only fight ever that I've wanted Jones to win, because I've always looked forward to watching Jones fight, but I've never rooted for him. For some reason, I've never been able to get past his persona or whatever it is. But I think a combination of the fact that lately he's just kind of wearing the dickhead personality. He's just like going full force with it. I can respect that. And also, I really don't care for Daniel Cormier.
I would agree with that.
He's kind of made himself out to be quite the ass. So I'm really rooting for John Jones this fight. Although I can't fucking wait till he fights Gustafsson again.
That was one of the most incredible fights I've ever watched. In my life.
Ever.
And contrary to what Twitter said, Gustafsson won that fight.
Gustafsson won that fight. Are you fucking kidding me?
He won that fight. Oh my
God.
Anyways.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's coming up on Saturday.
Incredible fight.
It's going to be bananas on
UFC
Saturday.
182. It's in Las Vegas. It's the only fight. It's the only fight we've talked about on the podcast, and we've talked about it on 2 podcasts.
Who else is fighting?
You got Cowboy Cerrone's fighting Miles Jury. Nate Marquardt's fighting what is his name? Oh, Brad Tavares. I love Brad Tavares. I think Brad Tavares is gonna get a big win this Saturday. He's gonna beat Marquardt. But there's not too many big names on that card.
No Clay Guida.
No Clay. I say big names, and you think Clay Guida? What?
Clay
Oh my
Guida.
God.
Hey guys, it's me, Clay Guida. Just here to take out your trash. I got a big fight this Saturday.
So my brother and I, when we used to watch Clay Guida, Clay Guida is this guy with long, crazy hair, and he just goes like this the whole fight. He's got incredible cardio, but he's not the greatest fighter.
No, describe how he looks.
Okay, so he looks
And
like
how
he
he
looks
fights.
like a Cro-Magnon with long hair, and he's like short and stocky, and he fights with all this movement. Like his game is to just move and
He's
just
not
exhaust
stocky.
you.
He looks like a weird hippie trash man that's like roaming Venice Beach.
I didn't mean stocky. I just meant short and like he's thick. Like he's strong and ripped, but he's not thin. He's like, who the fuck welcomed you to this party, TV? Did Peach just turn on the TV?
Oh my God. Do you want me to go turn
I
the
can
volume up?
Or you want to do it?
You describe Clay Guida.
Okay, let me
I
just
gotta go
continue.
turn the volume up
Oh
for
my
TV because Peach just turned it on. Naughty!
Oh my God, that fucking dog. All right, Clay Guida. He's short. He's really hairy. He's long hair. He's always doing this head movement, trying to distract and exhaust his opponents. And a lot of times he'll win like that, but a lot of times he'll get knocked out because he's not the greatest fighter. But so when my brother and I used to watch Clay Guida, my brother Marlon and I used to watch fights like religiously. We would be huge fight fans, like together, and we watched Clay Guida. And Marlon, he basically put together his theory of how Clay Guida trains, and this was he takes his trailer and he ties a rope to it and he puts the rope on his back and he just goes like this across the country, and then he shows up at the fight and he fights. Like that's what Marlon's theory of how Clay Guida trains, and it's not far off.
Shape.
He's just incredible. He's got because he can move for 25 minutes like it's nothing, but that's about it. So I thought it was funny when I said big time fighter or whatever, and you said no Clay Guida.
Anyways, I like Clay Guida because he seems to give no fucks.
No fucks. You look at his fights, he just goes in there and he fucking goes. Like,
Does a cartwheel and gives no fucks.
oh my God, Clay Guida.
Hey guys, it's me, Clay Guida, here for my job. Am I gonna get paid at the end of this or just food again?
Can you fill my trailer up with gas? I'll be okay.
Hey guys, it's me, Clay Guida. Can I just get peanuts instead of money?
And he used to do like put his kettlebell workouts on video, and he just looks like such a weird monster when he works out.
Anyways, no disrespect to Clay Guida.
Oh, we love him.
But that is what you look like.
That's what you look like.
But
Holmes.
you're the man.
Clay Guida. So no, the answer is no. Clay Guida is not fighting this
Clay
Saturday.
Guida's like what?
No big
when,
names.
When they get to that screen, it goes ha ha ha, and I'm like, oh, that person's got the dub in their eye. But I really want Clay Guida.
Yeah, well, it's like when he fought Chad Mendez like this year, and I was like, Jenna, there's no way in fucking hell Chad's gonna lose to Clay Guida, and Jenna's like, I don't know, and then Chad goes in there and just fucking starches him.
Poor Clay Guida.
Yeah, Chad's killer too. Anyway, that's our little MMA portion of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah,
fight,
we're
though.
super psyched. If you guys have picks or care about this fight card, why don't you leave them in the comments so we can...
Yeah, and our last podcast, like, I want to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
because we
I think
talked
I'm going
about
to before this
them,
Saturday.
Like, if John Jones, in theory, killed Daniel Cormier, would it be murder or not?
God.
What if he did it on the stairs on the way into the cage?
Oh my God.
Is it premeditated murder?
What if he did it
not?
on the first stair? Like, that's what we did the whole podcast.
Okay, what if he did it at
I'll link
the
that for you. So you
press
guys can check
conference
that out.
afterwards, after he lost? But is it premeditated?
It's premeditated if he lost, not if he won, and then kills him.
Oh my God.
But yeah, good stuff.
I'm pumped. I'm so pumped.
I'm super psyched.
Can we get chicken wings?
Oh, chicken wings and MMA. It's the best combo ever.
It really is. It's so good.
You guys should try that.
It's like, I don't really watch a whole lot of football. I know that you watch football, and I used to watch a lot of football because my family did and my friends did. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to waste my chicken wings on football.
Yeah,
MMA
is just a better
MMA.
combo. MMA and wings, it's a better combo.
It
You
is.
just got to do it. All right, MMA and wings this Saturday. That's what we're going to be doing. If you guys do that, you rock. But leave your comments on your fights and also your New Year's resolutions and your opinions on New Year's resolutions because I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
Yeah.
And do you think I can clean and jerk 150 by the end of 2015?
Yeah, you got a year. Do you think that I can dry brush more than like a week?
I want to make a vlog of Jenna dry brushing so you guys can see what that is.
I'm ass naked when I do it. No vlogging me dry brushing.
All right, maybe
no
when you
giggity gooing your head either.
All right, I won't make a vlog of it. I'll just watch it with my eyes.
You can if you blur out.
I'm not going to blur out. I'll just get a vlog of your legs and then I'll swing around and go up to your face. No, I'm not going to fuck with your privacy like that. Come on.
No, you can video me dry brushing as long as you blur the fuck out of my body. Okay. It's just a head and a brush.
All right, you guys want to see some blurred ass vlogging? That sounded weird. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching the podcast.
Yeah, cool podcast.
And listening.
For those of you
who listen on iTunes. I know. Fucking great finish to the year. I'm excited about this podcast in the new year. Hopefully sometime we could upgrade our equipment, make us look prettier on the podcast.
Yeah, we're trying to get a different camera that we can use for everything.
Yeah, we're looking into
because we have a video camera that we can use for the podcast because it records long enough, and then I have my camera for my videos and stuff that will not record long enough to make. So
we're trying to consolidate into a new good one
because we currently have two cameras that do two different things, and we want one camera that does everything. Absolutely. And also, just a big, huge thank you to everyone for your continued support. We were one of the picks for 2014 iTunes podcast.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
And thank you so much for that. I don't know if we thanked you on the actual podcast. I know I did on Twitter.
That's right. And we didn't say anything on here. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and watching us and listening to us like you do.
And it's never been any less shitty or less professional. It's just fucking turn on the mic and go.
Which is awesome that you guys care still.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that.
We love you guys.
Really appreciate all of your continued support because... Fuck, man. Like, I've been, on the internet for a hot minute now, and some of you guys have been with me for, like, my adult life. That's bananas.
That's true.
Ow, my heart, ow. And I know who you are, too, because I stalk you back. Anyway,
you guys are awesome. We'll see you next week in the new year.
And we gonna drink some sangria. Toast to you.
Y'all have a safe new year. Enjoy it, but don't regret it.
For sure. And don't forget that New Year's Eve is one of the highest nights for DUI. So please don't drink and drive.
Yeah. Just get an Uber. I'll pay for it. Text me.
Yeah, but if you live in the middle of bumfuck, you can't get an Uber.
Well, fucking plan it, all right? Plan.
Have a designated driver, or just get like a bunch of dogs and get a dog sled.
That's true. If you're in the right part of the country.
Yeah. But don't feed your dogs booze, because then that's also drunk. Okay, this is going to take some planning.
All right,
okay?
we love you.
Take some planning.
Have a good New Year's.
Have a good News.
All right. Bye.
Good kiss.
Good kiss.